Hello guys, before we get started, I'd appreciate if you guys hit the like and subscribe button, be it down below. Today we're going to run Broken Spaces on my alt account. We are going to show a mix of the two heroes that we got during these 2 weeks of anniversary. So we're going to run E5 Drake with two Delasiums as our support heroes. Just kind of kind of tie into everything that's been going on with anniversary and that awesome Delasium army chart building guide that I built yesterday. And instead of focusing on Delasium for dot replications, today we're primarily focusing him on being a support hero by reducing the attack of the bosses and also replicating our Sigmund's armor debuff onto both bosses so that both bosses will have 0 armor in the Broken Spaces. So I know it's gonna have a little overlap with Drake because Drake's gonna reduce the armor of one boss, but it's gonna be able to get replicated between the two. So at least I hope so. I hope, because I know Drake sometimes will prevent Sigmund from putting an armor debuff out. So we'll see how that goes. But let's go ahead with our gearing. We got 1-3 split with a holy damage attack with the Antlers Cane. We got full reds right now. We might have to change to Purify later on in the Broken Spaces. On Drake, we got a 1-3 split up right here with, again, a holy damage attack. I got a Staff of Punisher on him right now. I'm going to run these enables for him right now. Heart Watcher, she's got her 2-2 with her Demon Bell. Our Delasiums right now are going off a little bit more damage right now. We might have to switch them to Fearless Armors if they die. Sigmund, we just got full armor right now with Magic Source just to get that burn debuff and armor reduce out right away. So let's go ahead into the Broken Spaces and have this little go here. So we got 2 Delasiums there, and then what am I missing here? Missing my Sigmund. There we go. So this will be our team. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so we killed the boss in round 3, looks like. Go to stage 2. I'd expect to kill all 3 of these first stages in 1 ticket. So it looks like the armor debuff actually is not getting replicated by the Sigmund, which is interesting. I guess it's because the Demon Hunter has no armor, so it's not able to get carried over onto the Demon Hunter. So there's a little bit of overlap here with Drake that is not that great. Oh, he did get an armor debuff right there. So the armor must have the defense strip must have weared off and allowed the Sigmund to get through there. So that's actually really good. So at round 6, we got 2 stacks on the Sierra for the armor strip. Oh, that was a big active coming in there from Gruda. And we got 1 ticket once again. The real judge if this team is going to be somewhat solid is if this team clears this into 1 ticket. So if the same pattern happens at round 6, armor debuff should go onto the other Margaret. Oh, it happened in round 3 that time. So that's really good. So that means that the armor buff will be replicated through. So that means we're going to eventually get to 100 armor reduction on the second Melassa. Yep, so the second Melassa now has 0 armor. So now we have 1 Melassa with 0 armor and 1 Melassa with 0 defensive stats. Garuda did get the buff there. Oh, Margaret, not Melassa. My bad. I keep thinking of Melassa from Flame Shrine. Those Dane M bosses. Alright, so now we just got 1 hero left. Hopefully the Garuda will nuke this Margaret in round 14 or 15. Yeah, so we got 1 active coming from Garuda. Hopefully it just absolutely obliterates her. Come on. There we go. Complete annihilation. 1 round. GG. Alright, so this one we are going to run Purify on the Garuda. Oh, whoops, wrong place. I'm so used to going into the Dane Guild for Flame Shrine. Alright, so we're going to now put... I'm going to put our low-level Delasiums in the front. Alright, so now these Grudas, these Grus are going to have 0 stats, which would be awesome. So hopefully this will go through very quickly. The Delasiums do have faction advantage on these Grus. But eventually they're not going to be able to crit at all because I don't have any Purify on them. Why did I move the Delasiums to the front? So Gru steals armor. I mean, I know that I have armor reduce. It's just natural habit, but if you're not running Drake or these Delasiums, you want to put your low-level heroes in the front against Grus. Now, the reason why these Grus are getting 0 stats is because I have Drake on the team, and also I'm replicating an armor reduction between the 2 bosses from Sigmund and the Delasiums. Alright, so hopefully we'll have some big damage coming from Garuda here. Alright, so that's a pretty decent active. I think I'll probably skip through the next ones. I just wanted to watch one of these fights just to kind of see how it goes. Not killing them as fast as I would hope. Alright, so we got a 1 billion hit from Gruda right there on that one Gru. Alright, we did get Phoenix buff on the Gruda, so these are going to be some large actives here. So all the big HP chunks will be coming from this active right here, essentially. That's coming up in, what, round 14? Yep. So the round 14 should be the big one. Right here, 1 billion. Okay, so that's a pretty big hit. So overall, we did 7 billion to the Gru. Gruda doing 5 billion. Skip this. 5.6. We'll go ahead and run one more time, and then I think after this one, the one Gru will be dead, and we'll have to run, take out these Delasiums. Ooh, 8 billion. Gruda just popped off right there. Actually, it looks like I might be able to just finish off, because that was such large damage by Gruda there. Alright, so on to the next stage. Let me run this. Alright, so we have faction advantage against the Jara, while also the Valentino is going to have... oh, it looks like the Jara now has the defensive stats on her now instead of the Valentino. So it actually switched. So that Jara is just going to get absolutely obliterated in the later rounds. We might lose the one Delasium here. We're coming to the point where we might have to switch to a Fearless Armor onto the Delasiums. Or at least that lower level one. So hopefully he stays alive or gets a Phoenix buff maybe. Maybe he won't get targeted here by Jara. Oh, he did. I do think though the 10-star Delasium will be enough to carry the armor reduction all the way through the rest of the battle, so I think we're okay on that. His active should have a high enough percentage where it will carry. So I don't think it's that big of an issue that he died right there. $1.2 billion active from Gruda right there. Alright, so 8.6 billion, that's very respectable. Gruda just popping off. So I'm going to skip this one. This one is a lot lower, it looks like. Gruda did not do so hot, maybe lots of CC. $5 billion on that one. Does anyone know how many tickets I've used so far, or how many tickets I started off with? One Delasium though, 10-star, coming in clutch. It's possible that these Delasiums are dying, so I'm going to put some defensive artifacts on them. Alright, that one jar, the Jara is probably dead now. So what I'm going to do is, instead of bringing Delasiums, I'm going to bring an Aspen here. Actually, I want to make sure he has Balance Strike there. So we're going to pull out the 2 Delasiums real quick. We're going to pop in a Belrain and Aspen. $11.2 billion. Popping off. Started off at 249. So that means I have used I've used 14 tickets so far, I guess. Alright, so I'm not sure this is going to really work out, but we'll test this. We might suffer from a lot of incoming damage from the Oberon. We gotta just bank on that energy, or I mean that damage reduce. From the attack steal. Getting replicated. Alright, so I think we're already into the -1s now. So hopefully this will be enough. Oh, nope, Delasium's died. We might have to run a slightly different setup. Yep, we're going to run a different setup. We're going to drop the Drake. Drop the Drake for a Belrain and see how that goes. So now we'll have some sustain on those Delasiums while also keeping the 100% armor reduce replication. Yeah, so I think the sustain with the Belrain is enough now. We got CC clear now from the Belrain. Oh, that one Delasium looks like he might die. Yes, he did. Lost Heart Watcher. Ripperino, 2 billion. Alright, so we might have to drop the Delasiums here. We'll give him one more shot. We're not getting into the -1s as fast as we would like. 3 billion. Yeah, so this could be a lot higher. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to run Drake and Aspen instead. Yeah, this one looks a lot better. Where's that, 8 billion? Yep, almost 9 billion there. Yeah, Oberon needs to stop CCing everyone. That's why we're just getting destroyed there. Just dying to CC. Only 3 billion there. So let's do a couple smashes. What was our last hero? Aspen with Phoenix. Alright, so broken spaces 1 to 6, cleared in, we started at 249, so was that 26 tickets? So let's see how much it takes for broken spaces 7. We're going to go back to the Delasiums. I want to really try this. I want to make this work. Let's go ahead. Do we want to run Almond Ra with energy, or I think we want to run her with energy. So I want to try this. Maybe this will work. Alright, so we're going to have more shields coming out from the Raw. Maybe not this round, but next round. So hopefully the Aspen doesn't annihilate my Delasiums here. Come on, Aspen. Be nice. Ah, he was not very nice. Oh, Ripperino there on those Delasiums. We'll give that one more try. We got active here from Aspen. Killed the Heart Watcher. We're gonna be... We have no more attack reduce, it looks like. Looks like that expired, actually. We might be into for pain here. Yeah, so this is not doing good at all. So, sorry Delasiums, you're coming out. I'm going with Belrain and Drake. So that's what, 4 billion? Yeah, so that's a lot better. I'm gonna smash this a couple times, and then we'll watch towards the end. Alright, so maybe Aspen will be able to come into play here. Let's run. I don't think this is gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. We need the Raw. Now, I would like to get the Aspen in there. I really would. I kind of want the Drake. Well, the Aspen is probably going to be the best for finishing off that Ada. Because look at that. The Aspen is really low. So maybe once the Aspen dies, I'll swap out Garuda and put in Aspen. Or actually no, since that Aspen is below 35%. He's below 35% now. So I can actually use Big Boy. I mean, 3 billion's not nothing to scuff at, but it's not no Delasium army. Dying a lot slower than I would like to. Alright, so we're gonna have one hero left now. Just the Ada, I believe. I don't think we need the Ra anymore. So yeah, we don't need the Ra. We could bring in Garuda here. Is that what I think that says? Yep, that's 12 billion. Garuda, just pop it off. $12 billion by the Garuda. $12 billion again? Alright. So we started off at 249, so that's basically a 50 ticket clear. Just about. We had some screw ups. And there you go. So it took us, what, 53 tickets? It took us 53 tickets. Not too bad. We made some mess ups with trying to run the double Delasiums on stages that we couldn't. But that's all good. Wasn't a Delasium army with a dot dealer, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I was trying to see how good Drake would be with Delasiums, but it looks like they have a little bit of overlap. Yeah, no, 50 tickets, well, that's pathetic. But thanks for tuning in today, guys, for today's Broken Spaces video, and checking out me using or testing out Drake Delasiums as support with Drake, and catch you guys in the next video.